Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. Today's episode I'm going to show you how to take out the cluster in a Volvo 240, and after that I will show you how to remove your dash. This one's cracked up. It's pretty junky actually, but the reason why we're removing the dash and the knee kick plate today is because I'm going to do it the easy way to remove the clutch pedal assembly. Instead of taking the seat out and laying down and doing a bunch of arm yoga and being frustrated, we're going to do it the proper way. And then I might also take out the whole blower unit slash heater core and have it on the shelf slash rebuild it. So I'll just have an extra one rebuilt and ready to rock. So what you're going to do is, first off, you need yourself some T25 bits. And you're going to start out by going over to your lights and pulling first the knob off. Then you want to pull your dimmer knob, which sometimes they can be stuck on there. It's old plastic, so be careful. That one, you know, low persuasion. All right, now that we have that off, we're going to take a panel tool or a bone pick, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to get it in there, and ever so gently we're going to pop this out. You don't really want to break the tabs that hold this into place, because after those are broke they just don't sit right. Alright, got that off. See, those are your tabs on the back. You got to be really gingerly with those. Now, since I'm not reusing any of this, I'm just going to pull it off like that. If you're just taking your cluster out to fix your odometer gear, I would highly recommend using both hands and very gently unplugging the light switch for your fog light and the fog light itself. You don't really want to be pulling on the harness and chafing these wires. This car is meant for the scrapyard, therefore I did it one-handed. Now that we got that out, this dash has been out a million times before. There's one T25 right there. There should be a second one right there. And then over here, one down there, one up top. Usually these are square dash plates. Sometimes you got the mini clock, sometimes you got a mini tack or a voltometer. Now that we have that out, we're going to grab the T25 and we're going to just loosen that. Get it to where she almost comes out. One thing I always liked about working on the interior of my 240s is your coffee table. Check that out right there. Alright, now that we got that one done, we switch hands. We're going to come up to this one in the top corner. When I first got this car, I bought it for just dirt cheap. The owners that I bought it from, they had it for a long time, and for about 6-7 years they drove around in only third gear because it had a blown M57 in it. And I got it, yada yada. We found one in Iowa in a Jeep. God damn it. So I've had some people ask, what are all these switches in Ruth? We got one down there, we got one up here, we got one over there. This actually actuates the wipers. This one is your headlights, and the top one is for brake lights. And if I remember correctly, I'm going to actually have to take this top cluster off because of that switch. So if you just bear with me, I'll be right back. A couple of T25s on top of the column, and then a couple on the bottom. Alright, now that I got those two screws out up on top of the column, we can lift this up and flop it over to the side. Now that I have my switch out of the way, we can actually pull the cluster out. And you want to come straight forward with it, and then get your steering wheel a little straight forward, and then pull it up. And then you're going to have several connections on the back. If you want, you can stick your phone back there, take some photos. I've personally taken this cluster out so many times that I don't do that anymore, because Volvo set it up very nice. Actually, you can only take them off and put them on one way. So no connector is the same on the back of the cluster, which is very nice. There is one connector you have to be very gingerly with. As soon as I get it out, I'll show you which one I'm talking about. It is actually the connector for the clipboard itself. All right. More, I believe. Ooh, gotta take the tag off. Sorry, this is kind of hard and one-handed. Give me 1 second, we'll be right back. All right, we got everything disconnected. Now you can pull it forward and out to the side. All right, I'll show you a view of the back of this real quick. So you'll see each plug has a spot. Where's the other one? The other one's right here. This right here. This is the plug you need to be very careful taking off. Just be gingerly with that one. And the rest of them, all self-explanatory. Right here is where you plug in your tachometer. And then down below, right there's your ground. When I got this car, it had the big clock. It didn't have the tachometer. I took the tachometer out of an 86 245 wagon that I had before it went to the scrapyard. And doing a little research, I thought I was going to have to run a wire off the coil inside the cab. And I got on Turbo Bricks, and somebody was just like, "Oh no, it's the red and white wire that's in the harness. Just plug that in." And this was taped up into the harness. I got it untaped, put the tachometer in the cluster, boom, bang. It was great. Then I had a cluster. This is the connector right here that you need to be very careful with, that goes over that actual motherboard. Here's the main pin and the half moon pin. And then this is a ground for your lights. Now that we have that off, if I remember correctly, now we need to move in to removing the trim pieces to expose some screws, if I remember correctly. And once again, very gingerly with that. This is old plastic. You don't want to break these tabs. You never know. You might find somebody that needs that tab. All right, that's going to expose one of, I believe that's going to be a T30. I'll have to double check real quick. I got the 25 in there right now. Oh, nope, that's a T25. All right. So we got one right there. We got one in the back. And if I remember correctly, you just got to go down the line, remove all this trim, take the glove box out, and then it should be removable. But that's how you take out the cluster in a Volvo 240. Hope you liked. Hope it helped you out. Let me know in the comments.